he asked the monks to save the archive and library, he didn't really, they didn't believe they would save, because the Germans were more famous for, especially because it was part of the Hermann Goering division. So, but when in October was after the liberation of Naples, they were around here. So the abbot of the time would say, I take the risk because, and everything was brought to Rome in Castel Sant'Angelo, almost everything.
So what, you said that who?
So now coming back to the foundation of the monastery, this was actually a pre-Roman site. And the walls that are on the site, you see the big walls, these are from the 4th century BC. The Volsci population lived here and had a sacred area here. Then the Romans conquered, and the Romans built their own temple. Exactly here, there is actually, you know, the layout of the stone is the layout of the first church. Okay. Because here there was a Roman temple dedicated to God Apollo. When Benedict arrived in 529 AD, he transformed the temple into the first church, but the first run. So the first monastery was as little as that. This was the apse, and the layout of the stone is the layout of the first sacred area, sacred site. Half of where is now the church, there was an altar dedicated to God Apollo. You see the marble scattered around, the marble dedicated of the Roman marble. And so up there, there was an altar. And when Benedict died, he said, I want to be buried here. And then there was a shrine, and bigger through the centuries. Destroyed 4 times in the history. So 529 AD, the foundation by Saint Benedict. Benedict came here after he lived 29 years in another place, in Subiaco, which is east of Rome. There is another beautiful place, the monastery of Subiaco, Benedict. He lived there for many years. Initially, he was an hermit, so he lived in a cave for 3 years. He was originally from Umbria, Norcia, Nursia in Latin. So he was from a very wealthy family, and he had a twin sister, Scholastica. And with the twin sister, they went to study in Rome around year 500 AD. Now, he didn't like Rome, too crowded. So he said to his sister, I want to be on my own in a place of meditation. He was like hermit. And he lived 3 years in these caves. Since he started to be very popular, as he started to make miracles. So it's a way to draw the attention.
Certainly.
And so monks...
That'll work.
Then monks found him, some monks found him, and they prayed him to be their abbot. Abbot comes from an Aramaic word, abba, means father. So he formed the first community in Western Europe of monks, and that's why Benedict is the patron saint of Europe. So proclaimed in 1957. And first Benedictine monks, and this is a living monastery. The monks are here, even today. I mean, they abandoned just for a few months. I tell you when the German paratroopers moved in, they left on the 17th February 44. So then Benedict.
The doves.
The doves are the symbol of Santa Scholastica in this monastery.
Oh my goodness.
Because we have a lot of information about Benedict, because there's a biographer who wrote the biography of Benedict. He happened to be Gregory the Great.
Oh.
He had the best biographer. He was lucky, because then the biographer, as today the journalists write the history. So